Hey everyone, Rocket Rob here and welcome to the semi-finals of the D-League Charity Tournament. We finally made it. We have a big show tonight to talk about who is actually in the semi-finals, who's leading the individual challenge, some of the matches from the last week. We also will be featuring another charity as well, and we have a super massive big surprise to reveal at the end of this episode as well, so stay tuned for that one. But let's get into it. We're going to kick off with the featured charity of this week, and it is our other clan charity of the D clan chosen charity, which is the World Wildlife Fund. So WWF, they've been around for a long time now. They're a really well-known organisation, and we're just going to have a look at some of the work that they're doing at the moment. They're a really awesome organisation all across the world, protecting animals, fighting climate change, environmental issues. One of the big ones that has just come out recently is a new study on climate change, which is quite worrying. I was just having a look in here about the differences if we have a 2 degrees Celsius increase in temperature as opposed to a 1.5 increase. Basically, this is the one that shocked me, is pretty much all of our coral reefs are going to be gone. Over 99% or around that number will be gone by 2100, which is not that far away. And to think that amazing places like the Great Barrier Reef, which is, in the country that I live in, Australia, won't be there very soon, is quite worrying. And also this as well, the fact that the Arctic will be completely ice-free once every 10 years if we have a 2 degree increase is just horrible. So have a look at that study if you get a chance as well. WWF also do some really awesome work with animals as well. Have a look through their work here as well. You can see all of that. But I really recommend this organisation. I'm glad it got selected as a clan charity, and we'll be receiving quite a bit of support from the matches that people have played here. So I'm going to leave the link to their website in the description as well. Really encourage you to have a look. There's a lot more work on what they do. There is up here how to help. You can take action with them, you can fundraise, you can donate up here, become a monthly donor, become a one-time donor, all sorts of ways that you can help this amazing organisation. So please check them out and support them if you can. Right, so now let's get into it. We're going to have a look first at the individual standings. So after this week, we did have a bit of an upset, and we now have a new leader, Killmoon, he came in as a sub during week 3 and has gone 5-0 during the tournament, which is incredible. Well done, Killmoon. You are now on top and outright first. So in second, we have a few people that are tied at 5 wins and 1 loss. As you know, you need to have won 4 matches to qualify, so there are a few people that have gone 3-0. Who are not actually in the finals, unfortunately, so you won't be able to get the prize because you didn't get the 4-0, which is a little unfortunate. But we do have a few people that are just behind. MY Sons, who had his first loss last week, 5-1. We have Kalal, who is 5-1 as well, and Namrita as well. So you are all sitting there very nicely in second place, and if Killmoon does slip up and loses a match, you're right there as a possibility to take that first prize. But don't forget, there is also a second prize as well, so you're right in position to earn that for yourselves already. So best of luck to everyone who's still in contention to take that prize, and good luck with the rest of your matches. Alright, so now we're going to have a look at the team standings, and now that we have every single match played from the last week, week 7, we know exactly who's going to be in the semi-finals, which is great. There's no ties no tiebreakers needed for the top 4. We have a clear top 4 in both divisions, which is great. In Division 1, we actually have a clear 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th, which is great. Team 3 came through in first place, only having 1 loss the entire competition, which is incredible. Well done, Team 3, and congrats on topping the minor premiership for the Charity League. In second place, we have Team 5, who lost their most recent match, but still good enough to get into second place with 5 wins and a 13-8 record. Well done. We then have Team 8 in third place, with 4 points, having a 3-0 win in their last round. So well done and congratulations to you guys for coming home really strong. And scraping in there with a win-loss record of 11 wins, 10 losses, we have Team 4, who had an incredible comeback. As you can see, their first 3 rounds they lost and only had won 1 match in their first 9 matches. To come back with 4 straight wins to scrape through to the semi-finals is an incredible effort, so well done to you as well. We'll be looking at who plays who in a moment, but I want to just quickly touch on who's playing in Division 2 as well. We have an interesting dynamic here. Every single top 4 team has finished on a win-loss record of 12-9, which has made it pretty difficult to separate them. Team 15 will come through in first, as they are the only one who won 5 matches, 5 rounds. So they'll get first, whereas the other 3 will tie for second, which means we do need to do a lottery to determine who will play who. But yeah, well done to all the teams that made it through, and best of luck in the semi-finals. So before we move on, I just wanted to have a bit of a look over the rest of the competition. So just so you know, we've now played 168 matches with over 7 weeks, which is just incredible. 168 matches all getting completed. That is astonishing. So well done to everyone for completing all of your matches. I don't think this many matches has ever been done in a tournament. I could be wrong. Certainly not since I've been in the community anyway. So thank you all for being a part of that and making it come together. Okay, so we're now going to have a look at the individual matches from the week before we go into who plays who in the finals, in the semi-finals. So through this week we had some really great matches. As you can see here, they're all listed here, all the IDs are here. I have the folder that you can all access as well in matches. So have a look through that to find your match if you want to have a look back over it. We're going to feature 2 matches, and one of them was a request by Durf, who took on the #1 player in the competition, MY Suns. So it's not a long match, but I am going to feature it here because it was really impacting on the results from the Division 2 final standings. So basically, it really Team 9 really needed a win here to be able to make it through to the semi-finals. But let's see what happens. So we've got MY Suns coming out with his Keldeos, looking to rush straight through again as per usual. Goes for that double chance straight in on Xurkitree there, and doesn't get the right spin, but does have the double chance, so gives it another go. Gets Secret Sword and gets Xurkitree to spin. So having a look at these decks here, we have MY Suns running his trusty Water Rush deck with a Fini, couple of Keldeos. We then have Durf running a bit of an unusual deck there. We've got the Zapdos, which you don't see too often, and a bit of an electric deck with you've also got the Fire Chicken, which I can't remember the name of right now. Combuskin, there we go. Alright, so now we have Coco attacking into Keldeo and gets the knockout there. MY Suns goes defensive, puts Fini into a position to cover up goal. And Durf rushes straight through to that entry point, but the Fini on the goal means that he can get Pokemon out still. So Durf now has both entry points covered, goes through with Xurkitree to attack Tapu Fini. A knockout here will put him in a really great position, but no, Suns gets the Pony Wish, and we'll leave that there and get the knockout. Gets the knockout there on Coco with the surround, and Suns brings out another Keldeo. Durf goes Mega with his Ampharos, can now bring back his Coco onto the field and cover up his goal. Looking to be a little defensive there, but no, he goes straight in now with an attack onto Fini. Doesn't get the right spin that he wants, and Fini holds on again. And then we get Keldeo coming in, but Durf keeps attacking and he's going for it. He really wants this win, and he finally lands the spin that he wants, gets the knockout there on Fini. and manages to paralyse the other Mon there as well. So that is going to put Durf in a really strong position, threatening goal. Gets the lucky spin there, and that's game. Well done to Durf for taking that win and getting the match off the number 1 contender. So yeah, that actually made a big difference in the team standings and made it so that Team 9 could make it through to the semi-finals. So congratulations on that. We've got one more match that we are going to feature now as well, and it's between Destiny and Rye, two of the top ranked players in the competition. I was expecting this one to be a really long match. Thankfully it wasn't, so it is actually at a length that we can feature it. But let's check it out. So we have here Destiny in blue, Rye in red, Destiny running a Mighty Sphere deck with Drifbloom for a bit of takeaway there as well. It's, yeah, quite an interesting deck there. You've got the Ultra Beast as well. Then you've got Rye running a Poison deck, which is really cool to see. Don't see many Poison decks running around at the moment, but you've got him running a Gengar, Dragalge, Venusaur, the Sableye, and a Drifbloom as well. Alright, so we've opened up, both players starting to get their figures out. And then we then see Rye bringing his Nagandal down, and Marshadow takes an attack onto it, but it ends up as a dodge, and Marshadow gets poisoned. So Rye scoops up Nagandal and brings it into a defensive position there. Destiny comes forward with his Celesteela, and Rye lands U-turn, which I actually forget what that does. It lets you swap with the Pokemon on your bench by the look of it. So he gets that spin, and then Destiny runs in for an attack onto the Sableye and hits the Rendezvous. Both of those are into the Ultra Space now. So let me know in the comments if any of you guys have run a Poison deck. I haven't run one before, and kind of curious to see who actually runs them. I never see them in any of my league matches, but yeah, they're really quite interesting. They had a really like a bit of a time where they were really popular for a while, but they haven't been used a lot lately. But anyway, back to the action. We've got Gardevoir gone Mega now, and coming through, attacks on to Gengar and gets the knockout there, thankfully. Kind of needed that. Oh, okay, wait a minute. It goes for the blue hole, and that means that it can eliminate its opponent if it eliminates itself, I believe, as well, which, yeah. So, Rye brings up his Gengar, and then we get Pheromosa coming through to attack, and hits the Ice Beam. Not sure if that is a favourable result. I'd say no. And Destiny comes forward with Marshadow, doesn't attack. Rye uses Phantom Energy and revives his Pheromosa, brings that up back to attack Gengar again. Will he get a better roll this time? Gets the call signal, which I believe is probably what he was going for the first time. Gets his Celesteela through, but it's poisoned. I didn't realise that it would stay poisoned, but there you go. Anyway, Gengar can go straight through that and get the knockout, and then we have Dragalge knocking out Marshadow there as well. So, yeah, it's an interesting battle so far. It's quite neutral from my perspective. But yeah, then we get Drifbloom getting the knockout on Dragalge, but gets itself poisoned. Yeah, I guess when you've got a Gengar in your poison deck, it really, yeah, you've got to really watch out for it, because it can eliminate Pokemon just by passing through it, which is quite dangerous. Alright, so we get the double chance going for the takeaway on Gengar, but it doesn't occur because Rye gets the Contagious Terror. And then we'll go straight through, get that knockout again. There you go. It's really hard to defend against a full poison deck that has Gengar in it. And this is not a great position for Destiny to be in here. Rye has now taken both entry points. Luckily, though, Destiny does have a long throw, Rye's coming forward to try to put some pressure up that end. And, oof, Rendezvous again, and that's not good for Rye because the Mega Gengar means that he can't take it to the Ultra. He doesn't go to the Ultra Space as well. Rye forfeits there, so interesting ending to that battle. Well done to both players. I believe that Destiny has made the final now as well, so well done to your team, Destiny, and Rye. Better luck in the next tournament, but good effort through that match as well. Alright, so that wraps up the matches from last week. We can't really reveal who's playing who next week as of yet because I've given the teams an extra 12 hours to submit their players so that they can have a look at who they're actually versing. But now let's have a look at that now. This is the new page for the finals. We have in Division 1, Team 3 taking on Team 4. So let's have a quick look at those teams right now. We have, from Team 3, Thunder, who has been playing really well this whole tournament. Phenom, who has played amazingly as well. Zach, who beat me last round. These are all top players that have had an amazing tournament. And then Killmoon, who is obviously our #1 player right now. So that is a really scary team to be going up against, and Team 4 is the one that's going to take on that challenge. They have Phil, who is a really, really big name player. He has only just got his account back as well, so thankfully for Team 4 they have some really, they've got a great selection now to make, with Phil being back. They've got Save as well, who's a top player, Kalik, who's been playing quite well this tournament, and Mig, their captain. They also have Singh, who is filling in for Phil during his time away. Singh can play in the finals as well, as long as Phil does not play the same week. So that's how that's going to work. So that's the first match of the finals. The second match features Team 8 versus Team 5. So from Team 8, we have Destiny, as you just saw playing in that last match. Lilu, who's a top player as well, ranked only one place below Destiny. He's been playing great this whole tournament. Bahu, he's a great player as well. And then Rex, who I'm sure a lot of you will know, he's got his own YouTube channel. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I'll put that in the description below as well. They're taking on Team 5, who have finished in second place in this tournament and have been doing really well. Kalal, who is, I believe, in second place in the individual standings. I think we just checked that out before. Wind, who's an amazing player as well. X-Attack and Blitz as well. So they're a very solid team there as well. So best of luck to everyone who is playing in the finals, all of you. That's Division 1. As for Division 2, because we had 3 teams finish in second place, we haven't got the position set yet. So we're actually going to randomly select who will take on who right now. And we're going to start with this position, this position here, the second place position. So whoever gets this spin will get that position. Okay, so Team 11 will be Team 9. I don't know how this wheel works. But anyway, Team 9 will go into the second place position. Actually, let's just write that in. Team 9. So we'll take out Team 9 from the choices here. And whoever gets the next wheel will go into the third place position and play against Team 9. Whoever doesn't will go up against Team 15, who came first. Oh, there's the little pointer for it. So Team 11 will go up against Team 9. And that means that Team 12 will be taking on Team 15. So let's have a quick look at their players. Team 12... Actually, let's start with Team 15. So Team 15, we have Vixen, who has been playing really well this tournament. She actually filled in for a Division 1 team this week and even won her Division 1 match as well. So she's been playing amazing. We then have MY Ace, who has gone 4-1 in this competition, which is a really, really good record. MY Sons, who's in second place in the individual standings, as we've seen. And then Professor Showtime, one of the greatest YouTubers of all time, in my opinion. So best of luck to all of those players next week who will be taking on, I think that was Team 12 that they're playing. Let me double check that. Yes, so they're playing Team 12. So let's have a quick look at who Team 12 is featuring. They've got Turtle, Rico, Travis, and Kizuma. So Turtle, he's been playing amazingly this whole tournament, had some great wins. Rico's been right on top of there too. I think he's only maybe had one loss. I'm not too sure on that. Maybe two. I'll have to have a look. But he's been playing quite well in his last match. Actually, he lost his last match, but he's played well all tournament. We've got Travis, who's their captain and has done really well, and Kizuma as well, who he's had a great tournament as well. So this should be a really great matchup to see. It is going to be hard for them to get the upset on Team 15, I believe, but best of luck to them. If they've definitely, it's going to be a great match. And then let's have a look at our final matchup in the finals, which features Team 11 versus Team 9. So in Team 11, we have Namrita, who is in second place in the individual standings. So pretty much all of our top contenders in the individual standings are still playing, which is great. We then have DXX, Smiley X-Face, whatever that is, who is their team captain. We have D Black and Shorty. So these guys have been playing really well all tournament. Namrita, obviously, especially, has been the standout for that team. They'll be putting up a very solid performance, I believe, in their next round, taking on Team 9, which has MY Django, who I don't believe has played for a few weeks. I'm not sure if he's going to be playing any more matches this tournament, but he's a very, very strong player. Select, who has been doing really, really well this tournament, had some great wins as well. I believe he had a win against Vixen last week, so yeah, that was a really good match if you haven't seen that one. DM1 has done great this competition. I can't remember exactly the win-loss record there, but 3-2, so has a positive win record there, so done quite well this tournament. And then we have Durf, as you just saw in the last match, had a win against NY Suns. So this match up here should be really, really interesting, and if they win that, he may have another chance to go up against him again. But that basically wraps us up for all of the matches coming up this week. I do have a special surprise though that I did want to talk to you about. So in 3 weeks' time, so the week after the tournament finishes, we're going to hold an awards night, which is going to be my first ever live stream celebrating the winners of the tournament and looking back at back at their accomplishments. We're also going to be holding the lottery for the $55 that you've all been playing for, and if you have a look on the side, you can see how many tickets and entries that you have into that competition. Every win is a ticket, plus there's some bonus tickets in there as well. But then we're also going to be having a special challenge which hasn't been mentioned yet. It's actually thanks to an anonymous donor who's given us $50 extra for the tournament, which is really, really generous. So thank you so much. You're an amazing person, Anonymous. And basically the way that we're going to distribute that to your charities is I'm going to set up a challenge where I'm going to take on 5 players during my stream in a 3-minute match, where basically whoever beats me in the quickest time on their clock will win that $50 for their charity. So even if you haven't played a match in the tournament, even if you've been eliminated, whatever, if you're in that stream, you can play for a charity of your choice and you can win an extra $50 for that charity. So it's a really great opportunity to give your charity a bit of extra love there too. So good luck to everyone. I really hope I can see you there at that stream. It's going to be held on Sunday morning UTC time in 3 weeks from now. But I'll be reminding you all of that a bit closer as well. But that's it. That's it for this video. Thank you so much. Good luck to all our semi-finalists who are playing next week. Thank you so much. And this is Rocket Rob blasting off again.